All right, we'll go ahead and get started with our post-qualifying meet availability. We're joined with our pole winner for tonight's NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying session, Cole Custer, driver of the number 00, Stewart Haas Racing Ford. Cole, looks like you got a fast car this weekend. Tell us about your qualifying run.
Yeah, I mean, guys just did a great job with the car, and it's just a testament to how hard they've worked all year. Because honestly, our mile and a half cars, we kind of struggled at the start of the year. So just a lot of hard work and a lot of communication, and it's just a testament to JT and all the guys at the shop and the 98 guys. They're doing a great job. So just being able to really dial things in, and I think we're bringing our best cars to the racetrack right now, and it's exciting. I mean, I think we'll have a great shot to go and compete for a win tomorrow.
Great. We'll go ahead and open up to for questions. Please state your name and affiliation. We'll get a wireless mic to you. Got three questions up front. Go ahead and bring them on up.
How did Riley winning last week kind of change the complexion of, I mean, obviously we know, two guys good in points, two guys good in wins, but does that put more pressure on you, or was there already just plenty of pressure to begin with?
I don't know about pressure, but I think it's exciting for me, just because you can go out there and, learn from what they did last week, the little things that they had different and stuff like that. And just know that we can go out and have the speed. I feel like we've been working all year to get to where we need to be, and I think we're there now.
Go ahead, Zach.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Cole, congrats on the pole. With the speed that Riley showed last week, and now, I mean, you get the pole by nearly 2/10 here today. What does that say about where SHR is, and can you guys clinch, advance to the championship four with a win here tomorrow?
I think we'll have a great shot at it. I think, it comes down to long run speed. So the one lap qualifying speed isn't what it comes down to here. But I feel like even in practice, our long run speed looked pretty solid, and I think we'll have a good piece for tomorrow. But it's exciting. I mean, I feel like our guys have just worked so hard, and it's all coming full circle, and we're able to bring some really fast cars to the track.
Right. Go ahead, Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. Is it weird that you're 15 points above the cut line, yet you're the first driver on it? And how does that kind of change the dynamic? Because in this round, usually the cutoff driver's like only 2 or 3 points above.
Yeah, I mean, I feel way better about that than how I went into Vegas because we were 2 out, so I think it definitely gives you a better feeling because, I mean, it's not easy to make up 15 points in this series just because a lot of the guys who you're racing are going to be in the stage points. So that's really good that we made up those points. And but also, I thought it was going to be a 3-car race with, I thought the top 3 would have been pretty safe with the 21, 7, and the 20. But honestly, we're not too far back at the 7 and the 21 now. So I think if we have a good day, hopefully we can maybe get a spot or two, and that gives you a little more buffer going into Martinsville.
Let's go in the back right here.
Jared Haas with FrontStretch.com. Cole, since you've been with Stewart Haas Racing here at Homestead, you've started and finished at least first and second. How does the car feel compared to those years when you were back in the Xfinity Series between 2017 2019? How's your confidence been compared to those races?
Yeah, I mean, thinking back, I feel like it's better than those races. I felt like the long run speed and how it ran the wall was better than what we had in those past races. So, and I think we can make it even a little better for tomorrow. And this is, hopefully you don't jinx yourself. And, but I feel like we have a really good car and we should be able to compete for a win tomorrow for sure.
All right. Any more questions for Cole? All right. Let's go up here to Dustin and then to Lee.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. You scored more points than anybody in the playoffs. You've run so well. In one sense, how have you not won a race yet?
It's just been, sometimes it's just one of those years, like you have these pretty good cars, but you just don't have a lot of things fall your way, or the last run just doesn't go right with your last change. And I feel like that's kind of been kind of the story of it a little bit. I feel like we've been really solid and been able to compete for wins, but it just hasn't always come to fruition, I guess, at the very end. So, but I think now we really got the speed to go compete, and I wouldn't be surprised if we can win every race that's left. I feel like we got a really good amount of speed right now.
I know you've got certain steps ahead of you this weekend, next weekend, before you even think about Phoenix, but what would it mean to get to Phoenix? I think the expectation is, hey, with your experience with the organization you're with at the beginning of the year is like, hey, you should write him in and pen in making Phoenix. What would it mean to you? And I don't know if it's a show what you can do, because I think you've shown what you can do, but just what does that mean, and how much is that a drive for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've finished second in this deal twice, so I don't want to finish second again. So I think, Phoenix wasn't our strongest track at the start of the year, but I think we've come a long ways since then, and I think we should have a good shot at it. But we want to go and prove to everybody what we can do here, and I think there's no reason why we can't compete for a championship. But, at the end of the day, you have to take it one step at a time. You don't know what's going to happen lap 1 of tomorrow. So I think we've had the speed to make the Final Four. It's just a matter of having everything go right.
Do you ever get over finishing second, or do you recognize the accomplishment, or is it more of a damn it?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's really frustrating, I think, because we were so close, and we were we were in great races, I think, both those years. But at the end of the day, it came down to Tyler Reddick up against the wall. So if it was any other race, well, I don't know. But it was how good Tyler ran the wall was really impressive, and I think I've gotten better at it since then. And I think we've made our car. I know how to get my car better to run the wall also, but it was frustrating those 2 years because we were so close.
We'll go over here to Lee.
Do you expect to return to the 00 next year and run the full Xfinity Series again?
Nothing for sure right now to really comment on. But, obviously I think as a driver, your goal is always the Cup Series, just because that's where the competition level, the best in the world are. And I feel like I've learned a lot and gotten myself better and worked really hard to try and improve the things that I feel like I could have done better at. But there's a lot of factors of going to the Cup Series. So, I don't really have anything to comment on that right now.
Is there something learned from what John Hunter did?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just proving to people what you can do. Sometimes you get in spots and you're just things aren't clicking right, in the Cup deal. And I think if you go back down, you can really show people what you can do. I mean, it can really change the narrative, I think, a lot.
Go ahead, Zach.
What have you learned about yourself as a driver throughout the course of the season, coming back to Xfinity? What have you learned about your mental strength and where you stand as a driver?
I think for me, the biggest thing was working with my team and really figuring out how to fix problems. I think sometimes when you're not running good, it can be really confusing and people just get mad, and you're just trying to, just throwing things at it, just trying to make it better. But as a driver, you really got to know what's going on, because you're the only guy behind the wheel that can really tell them anything. So the more that you can know about the cars and try and point them in the right direction means a lot. So I've spent a lot of time trying this year to really figure out more things that I can know about, what's going on, and try and point things in the right direction. And I'm still not very smart, but I think I'm a little smarter.
All right, any final questions? All right, Cole. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming in.